Carol, did Catherine call in or?
She's here.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
She just has a different set of headphones on today. That's how we didn't recognize her.
I do. I got my new ones.
Those are fancy.
No, these are old, but that's it's okay.
I like the other ones better.
Oh, do you?
Okay, it's 3:02. Should we call a meeting to order? We have a quorum.
Sure.
So call a meeting to order. We'll do a roll call. I have a list here. Bill Callahan,
Here,
Mary Hines,
Present.
Judy Kelly is not with us. Carol Seitz,
Here.
Loretta Shuck. I don't think Loretta's on. Not yet. Joanne McNamee.
Here.
Thanks, Joanne. Catherine Tifo.
Here.
Richard Mahoney. No, Richard. Jan Rabbit, here, present.
He's been trying to get in, Jan.
He has? Okay.
Yeah.
Is he trying to call Joanne?
I'm not really sure. I just talked to him and because I wasn't sure I was actually logged in. And he said he's still trying to get in there.
Okay. Did he want us to wait or did he mention, I mean, it's going to be a brief meeting. I don't think
He didn't.
he didn't say.
No.
Okay, well, we'll call the meeting to order and the items, there's 3 OML complaints we're going to.
Madam Chairman, point of order.
Yes,
Is this meeting being recorded?
yes, it is. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. John is recording it for us.
One more point of order. Do we have a clerk pro tem? A secretary pro tem? Are you taking notes?
No, we're going to have Brenda play the video back when she's present, and she'll write the minutes from that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So as I said, the first item is an OML complaint dated October 9th from Jasmine Parthasathe regarding labeling of minutes as draft and adoption of minutes, and an OML complaint dated October 20th, again from Ms. Parthasathe regarding committee meetings, notices, and maintenance of minutes. And the final OML complaint was from Amy Panicella, which we received 10/28, and that was about the meeting that didn't happen because the wrong day was posted on the notice at City Hall. So we can go back to the one dated October 9th. That was the one regarding the labeling of draft minutes and so forth. So going forward, I can tell you all that Brenda and I met. Going forward, all draft minutes will be marked, watermarked draft. And once they're approved by the trustees, they will be finalized. And I think that's, there were no meetings approved outside of any open meeting or anything like that. And the draft designation wasn't put on all of them, but going forward, that's how they will read. Anybody have anything else to add to that?
Madam Chairman, it's my understanding that you or someone that you designate will respond to this complaint.
The city solicitor has already sent me her response. It's a dual response. It's for this complaint and also the one that was filed by the same person on October 20th. So her response will cover both OML meeting law complaints. And I have a copy of it I can send to the trustees if anybody wants to see it.
Yes, could you please?
Certainly. And the second one, Bill, was on the, this was for the meetings, including executive sessions. You don't have minutes for executive sessions unless they're very brief because it's executive session. It would include the date and the time and so forth, and then who was present, but that's about it. Then it also goes on to talk about the subcommittees, such as archives, personnel, you know, where they want to know where the minutes are. Well, everything done on personnel is obviously an executive session minutes, so there's nothing that can be handed out to them. Archives, Carol, can you bring us up to date on?
Yeah, there are minimal minutes. The request was from January 2019 to present. From January 2019 till, I don't know, July, there were no meetings. We were moving things into the building. We were setting up things. And anything that was talked about in minutes was in the trustee minutes was not from a meeting. It was Bonnie's suggestion that we meet on a regular basis with the archivist, which we started to do. And we had maybe a couple meetings with Tom, and I have those minutes. And then there was a suspension of meetings. And then there was, in January of last year, we looked for a new archivist, and their meetings from they're like 4, 5, or 6 meetings that there are minutes for. But I will send those to whom?
I would say the city solicitor, Ellen,
Okay,
Set.
yeah, I can do that.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Point of order, shouldn't the archives committee first vote them as approved before they're released? Or are you going to send, what you have, Carol, I suspect it is an unapproved?
Yes.
So
And I
shouldn't
don't know when we'll have a meeting again. Because to have an archive meeting over Zoom is just not doable.
in that case, anything that you produce would be a draft, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
It should be labeled
And
a
it
draft.
will be labeled as such, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you recommend sending the draft versions, Bill?
To, if she's going to send them to the city solicitor, yes.
Yes,
make
no, I'll
sure
mark
that-
them as, I'll mark
Make sure
them
they're
as
my
draft.
draft,
Yeah.
because they have not been approved by the archives committee yet.
Right.
Okay,
I do have a comment. Judy isn't here. Judy is the chair of the personnel committee. And we, at our next meeting, will review all minutes of previous meetings and approve them accordingly. In some cases, matter of fact, in most cases, the meetings consist of an open meeting minutes, which simply says the meeting was open,
Sorry.
and then executive sessions were held. There are a few notes we have on the executive session, but for the most part, as Jen said, they talk about the topic of discussion, not the individuals involved. So at our next meeting of the personnel committee, we'll round all those up and make them available also as a draft, unless the personnel committee has the opportunity to vote them out as approved.
do you know how many meetings there were, Bill, that there are minutes for, or is it?
From my notes, I've got about 5.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, that's great. So that would take care of the 2 OML complaints regarding minutes. And the final one is this one that Amy Panicella filed. The violation was 10/28. We were trying to have a meeting that night, but inadvertently Bonnie put Tuesday on the posting notice instead of Thursday when the meeting was supposed to be. So there was no meeting on Tuesday. And by the time we realized the error, there was no time to try to get everybody together to go Tuesday. So there was no meeting held. Today, this is the meeting that replaces that meeting. We tried to do it Friday, but city clerk's office couldn't post the meeting for Friday. They were too busy with the election, which is why we're having it today. So there was no meeting at all held on the 29th. It just didn't happen. And there was a wrong day in the posting material that was put on the city website.
Jan, could you read the actual complaint? I don't have a copy of it. What is she alleging, that we had a meeting and we didn't have a meeting? We're supposed to?
Yeah, it's right here. I attempted to log on for the posted Zoom meeting of the WPL's Board of Trustees yesterday, 10/28 at 3 p.m. I was not let into said meeting despite repeated attempts to be. The dialogue box that appeared each time I tried to log on said meeting will be at 3 p.m. on 10/30/2020. The meeting is posted on the official City of Woburn website is being scheduled for 10/28/2020 at 3 p.m. As of 7 a.m. today, 10/29/20, the city's website still shows that this meeting should have occurred yesterday. There is no posting about the meeting being moved to 10:30. I find this to be an incredulous suspicious as the Board of Trustees has been the subject of several recent OML violations and has repeatedly made themselves unavailable to the community they serve. Well, sorry, it's nothing that grandiose. All we did was had the wrong date on the posting. It was Tuesday versus Thursday.
What is she asking for remedy? Does she list?
It doesn't have one. Oh, I would like the Board of Trustees to please learn and abide by open meeting laws as soon as possible. I mean, people do make mistakes.
Well,
Yeah.
I would like to point out that at least 5 or 6 of us last Tuesday participated in open meeting law training for what was
Okay.
supposed to be an hour and a half and was in fact 2 hours. And those of you who participated, it would be very good to send the certificate that we received, I believe, to Ellen, to the city solicitor. And you only have, there was only a week that certificate was going to be available. So, and I believe the other 2 members will be, at least 2 members will be doing the training in the near future.
Yeah, I'm one of them because I had a board meeting that day. But Carol, thank you for mentioning that because the city solicitor, Ellen Doucette, does want the copy of the certificates as soon as everybody has it available. And I had to cancel my attendance on that website on the 10/28 because I had a board meeting at work, but I have re-signed up for the next one.
And I know Loretta had signed up and couldn't get in. So she's asked me to come help her for the next one. But I think it's important the public hear that we are doing what we've been asked to do. And we are trying to follow an open meeting law, the law. And this training was very helpful.
Carol, did you get your certificate yet? I haven't received mine.
You don't receive it. You have to, you got an email from.
Yeah, I did.
And you have to click on that and that takes you to the website and they want you to do a survey. And then the certificate is there to download.
Oh, can you forward that to me? They never
Yes.
responded to me, so.
I think they're individual though, so it would not come to you. I'll forward the link to you. I'll forward the email to you.
Yeah, they just never, I just followed up again and they haven't
Okay.
responded to me. You did the open meeting email, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Madam Chairman, the city
sir.
solicitor will respond to this complaint also, saying very simply that there was just a simple mix-up.
Yes, that's my understanding. I'll send her an email tomorrow and ask her if that's what her intent is. But it was an honest mistake, you know.
And
Well,
Attorney General Healy clearly understands that and has given us absolution. Is that true?
That I don't know.
I think we do have absolution from District Attorney.
Jan,
Yes.
Richard was unable to get it. He's listening, but he can't access the video. And
Okay.
he's asking, he's also asking that all the trustees get copies of whatever meeting minutes that the various subcommittees had. You know,
Didn't
like
we
if
just
you had a
talk
meeting
about
with the office and, you know, whatever, whatever it entails.
So Richard wants the subcommittee minutes for archives and personnel? Is
I thought
that,
we just talked about this, didn't we?
Yes, he wants all the subcommittee meeting minutes. We should all have them.
Okay, I assume that would include the mayor's building committee for the last 4 years. Is that correct?
Yes, that would be good.
But maybe
I
Richard could get those for us from the mayor.
I would assume so.
You believe so? Now, there's no, Miss Jasmine
I,
is
I,
not mentioned.
so, sorry, I'm on my phone.
And we
Go
can,
ahead.
Joanne. Oh, did we lose Joanne? Uh-oh.
Now, Miss Jasmine didn't mention that, but she says all subcommittees. And my understanding is it was a building subcommittee that had been meeting for the last 4 or 5 years.
That's right.
So we would want, and the mayor has those. So the mayor would have to, Richie could ask the mayor to give us all copies of all the minutes from all the meetings so that we can pass them on to anybody who asks for them. Would that be correct?
I would guess
I
so,
believe-
but is that you, Joanne?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now. We lost you, I
All
think,
right,
for a
yeah.
few minutes.
The phone keeps muting me, but I
Ah.
assume so. He's listening, I believe, on the other end, so,
Okay,
but he hasn't got verbal access, so I'm gonna say I assume so. I'm not really sure, but I assume so. Oh,
Okay.
Hold on, I think it's him. Hold on. Nope, it's not him. All right. Sorry. I'm in a meeting.
okay, well, that's all that I have on these complaints, if anybody else has anything different.
Oh, do we need to vote to have Ellen write the responses?
Yes, and as I said before, she already did the response to the first 2 complaints. There is not one here for the last one. But I told her I was gonna ask the trustees to discuss it today, and she said that was fine. So I will make sure I send this other, her response to
But-
you.
Do we need to take a vote to authorize her to?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes, we do. So somebody want to make that motion, please, or?
I
All
will,
right.
I move to authorize the city solicitor to send responses to the 3 OML complaints.
Second,
Okay, I'll do a roll call vote on that. Bill Callahan,
Yes.
Mary Hines,
yes.
Carol Seitz,
Yes.
Joanne McNamee,
Yes,
Catherine Tifo.
Yes.
Jan Rabbit, yes. Motion carried. And thank you, everybody. The final
Right.
thing
Um,
is.
Point of order, and I hate to do this again.
Go ahead,
but,
Bill.
Now, Richard joins us by phone at one point, correct?
No, just Joanne. We can only hear Joanne. Richard's listening in, but he can't, he has no audio.
Okay.
Richard votes yes, by the way.
Oh, he voted yes. Thank you, Joanne.
And
Well-
Loretta just texted me that she's been unable to get in. She tried on her phone and tried on an iPad and was not able to get in.
Okay,
No,
So,
my point here, Madam Chairman, is simply this. Since the recording secretary is going to be using this video to transcribe into minutes, I want to clearly note that trustee Richard Mahoney did join us one way by phone. And that Joanne, I guess Joanne is with us 2 ways by phone. Is that correct?
yes, she's.
Okay, and Joanne was here.
Relayed Richard's vote, which was yes.
Right, but Joanne joined us from the beginning of the meeting. And Joanne, about what time did Richard join us?
Not sure.
Right after we started?
I think it was just about right after we started.
Okay.
But he just
I
couldn't get
think this-
Well,
video back.
let's say 10 past 3, Richard joined us, because we were late signing on, so we probably signed on at 3:05, and then he may have had access by 3:10. That's
Okay.
reasonable?
That would allow the secretary to have a more accurate accounting of who attended and when and how.
Perfect, okay. And there's only one more item on the agenda. It's a discussion and vote regarding the closure of the day after Thanksgiving. It is not part of the contract for the staff. We have to take a vote every year if we want to close the building for that day. So is there any discussion? Hearing none, does somebody want to make a motion?
Yes.
Who said yes?
Okay, I'll tell him. Okay, I'll let him know.
What's up, Joanne?
Wait a minute. Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Can you hear us?
Yep. Richard is in favor of closing the building, as am I.
Okay,
need
well,
a
first,
vote. We need a motion now.
I'll make the motion to close the building the day after Thanksgiving so that the staff and the admin staff may have have a long weekend like everybody else will for Thanksgiving. Is there a
And-
second?
I second the motion.
Thank you, Carol. Roll call, Bill Callahan?
Any discussion on the motion?
No, I can have one. Does anybody want to discuss it?
Does the director have any comments?
Bonnie, do you have any just,
No comments. It appears to be customary to be closed the day after Thanksgiving.
Are we having a discussion on the motion? Is that what's happening?
Yeah,
Yes,
just,
Hello.
anybody have any thoughts? I know last year we did close. It was the first year we did. We voted to close
I know.
last year.
This is crazy. Okay, I'll tell him. Have we closed the discussion?
No,
no, it's still open.
I make a motion to close the discussion.
Okay, so we have a vote to close and it's been seconded. So I'll take a roll call, okay? Unless anybody has anything more to add.
Deal.
Hearing none. Okay,
No, wait. Is this a vote on the motion to close the discussion?
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, hearing no more further discussion, I'll just take the roll call. Bill Callahan,
Yes.
Mary Hines,
Yes.
Carol Seitz,
yes.
Joanne McNamee.
Yes, and
Catherine?
Richard votes yes.
Thank you. Richard Mahoney. Okay, so Richard and Joanne, yes. Catherine Tifo,
Yeah.
Jan Rabbit, yes. Okay, that's it. That's all I have, everybody. Is there a motion?
Well,
to
no, we haven't.
What?
The main motion is still on the table.
That
The
was the
original-
motion to close the discussion.
Right. That was the
Okay,
closed
so-
discussion. The
okay.
main motion about Friday is now on the table.
Okay,
Off the table, excuse me.
so now we'll do a roll call vote, correct?
Yes,
Bill Callahan,
yes.
Mary Hines,
Yes.
Carol Seitz,
Yes.
Joanne McNamee.
Yes, and Richard is yes.
Thank you. Catherine Tifo,
Yeah.
Jan Rabbit, yes. Motion carries.
I move to adjourn.
Thank
I
you.
second the motion.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, Bill Callahan,
Yes.
Mary Hines,
Yes.
Carol Seitz,
Yes.
Joanne McNamee.
Yes, and yes for Richard.
Thank you. Catherine Tifo
Well,
Yeah.
and Jan Rabbit, yes. So that's it, folks. That's all we got.